Morning. Who's around? Jump on, say hello if you were there. This is a special Saturday morning coffee talk, even though I already finished my coffee. So grab some coffee and join me to get in on these powerful tools that I'm sharing about how to get out of the analysis of being stuck, because I have been there many times and I have worked with many people, and it's pretty common for us to get stuck in this loop of wanting to change something or getting kind of hung up on a thing in our life that we don't seem to move through. So I'll be sharing with you 3 ways to move through that so that you're out of that cycle of being on the hamster wheel and spinning your wheels and not really going anywhere and not really making the changes that you desire. And we don't want that. So jump on and let's get going. So the first thing to do is to think about, what is the story you're telling about why you're not making progress? So many times it's, well, I've always been this way. So we kind of blame our genetics, or it's just too hard, or I have too much going on. I mean, there's so many quote unquote reasons, but they're really excuses that we're not making the changes that we desire. Hi, Terry Lynn. So nice to see you. So ask yourself, what is the purpose of this story? So many times if we blame like our childhood or some trauma or our DNA, it's because we don't actually want to make the change. So it's kind of a way for us to stay stuck and not take action because we feel like, oh, well, we have this childhood trauma or it's my DNA. And so what am I supposed to do? Well, what you're supposed to do is throw away that story because it doesn't actually promote your growth. But one thing to think about is, what is it giving you? So what are you getting out of telling yourself you can't make the change, or you've always been this way, or it's, I can't overcome this trauma, or it's in my DNA and so that's why this is happening, or my whole family's been this way and so that's why I'm like this. So think about, what do you get out of that? And I kind of hinted on this already. You get that you don't actually have to make the change because the change might actually be scarier than you think. And so it's nice to have the idea that you might change or you might want something, but actually doing it and taking the steps to do it are so far beyond your comfort zone that it's easier just to say, well, it's just, I've always been this way and it's just in my DNA. So ask yourself, be honest with yourself, what do you get out of not making the change? What do you get out of staying stuck? What is the benefit to you? And a lot of times there's a lot of fear, and we're attached to like some sense of safety and security, and when we're making changes, we're stepping into the unknown, we're stepping into uncertainty, and that can be really unsettling. And so it's thinking about, okay, so if I have this desire for security and safety, but I also want to make a change, how can I rectify this tension so that I get both of those needs met? And so you can think about different ways. I had a coach one time who said he had some social anxiety, and so when he would go out to an event, he'd come home and he'd just wrap himself in blankets and like lay in the bed for a few minutes to give himself that sense of security and taking care of himself. And that's really what it is that your inner child wants to know that you're going to take care of them, that you're going to do whatever it takes to keep them safe and secure and to make their dreams come true. So it's both. So there's a part of you that wants to be safe and secure, and of course there's a part of you that desires to live in a very big and bold way. And so it's asking yourself, how can I have both of these things? What can I do to ensure I'm moving forward and taking bold actions, and I'm also building trust with myself and knowing after I do that, maybe I need to come home and take some time to myself, or go on a walk, or take a bath, or set up little celebrations along the way to keep myself supported in that I'm not just keeping going without acknowledging my successes and wins. And so it's really being intimate with yourself and your own needs so that you're getting your needs met in a way that supports your growth instead of prevents your growth, because that's often what happens when we stay stuck. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is to ask yourself, what is the truth? And then command and demand to yourself that you always speak the truth. And how you can do this is to seek out evidence of all the people. There's hundreds, there's volumes of evidence of people who've had significant traumas, who've even had physical broken bones, stuff wrong with, like brain injuries, all kinds of things, and they've overcome that because they didn't buy into the story that it wasn't possible. They bought into the story that they created, that they could decide their outcome, not medicine, not Western medicine, not their doctors, not some expert outside of them. They chose to believe they could make the changes necessary. They could heal their body. They could transform their life. They could change their belief systems and thinking patterns, their financial situation. They chose to believe more in the possibility of change and transformation than in the belief, which is pretty consistent and heavy and sort of powerful in society, that change is hard and that you can't make changes, and that you need medicine to make, change your physical systems, or you need all of these things, honestly, outside of you. And that's a lot of what we are born into, is thinking we need all these things outside of us. We need all this information outside of us. All these people outside of us know what's best for us, instead of trusting we know what's best for us. And if we know deep within ourselves and believe deep within ourselves that we have the power to make the changes we desire, it doesn't matter if thousands of experts tell you you're wrong or it's not going to work, because your belief is stronger than all of that. And that's really the level of belief we all need to be carrying, that it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what my past has been. It doesn't matter what trauma maybe I've experienced. It doesn't matter what I'm currently overcoming. I know that this desire that I have within me is possible for me, because that's why it's within me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to move towards that, to take action towards that, to make sure that I'm living in that truth instead of the lie and the illusion that change is hard and that I just need to, kind of give in and go with whatever everyone else is doing and believe everyone else that life is full of limitations and scarcity, and that's all bullshit. So ask yourself today, what do you want to believe? And then what you want to believe will dictate what you see, what you create, and what you experience. Okay, number 3. What do you want your legacy to be? This is something that's been on my heart, especially today, because today is my best friend's birthday, who passed about 4 years ago. And thinking about legacy is huge. Thinking about, what do you want people to associate you with? What do you want to be remembered for? Do you want people to always think of you and be like, wow, she really suffered, and man, she was always struggling, and gosh, seemed like she just, dug in and did the work and kind of endured, which is a lot of societal expectations, is we just work, do our thing, pay the bills. Even if we don't love it, it's fine. You just do the thing you need to do. And it sets us up to live a life of resignation and quiet desperation. And really, is that the legacy we want to live? The legacy of always being tired and your constant complaint is that you're always busy? Like, that's awful. Like, that is not a legacy I would want to bring to my children or to my family, to know that, wow, she was just always tired, and, well, she really worked hard. Like, what is that about? It's time to break the spell of that and to think about, really, honestly, when you are no longer here, and even now while you are here, what do you want people to think about when they think of you? And so going back to my friend whose birthday is today, she loved her birthday. Before she passed, she made massive changes in her life, and she had a really traumatic childhood filled with abuse, went through a really challenging relationship that ended in a divorce, which is not everyone, which is challenging in itself to go through something like that. Was in a job that wasn't satisfying and was bringing her a lot of depression. And instead of letting all of those things hold her back and be her legacy and be her story, that, well, she had a lot of trauma and she had a difficult relationship and she had a not very good job. So, she did the best she could. Like, she didn't let any of that determine her present nor her future. And so she took charge of her life, and she quit the job, went back to school, got her counseling degree, got in a relationship with an amazing man, got married, they bought a house, she had a child. She was working at a position for her practicum. She was going to be a counselor. So she was doing the things that were on her heart that she'd always wanted to do, and she unfortunately passed way too soon. But I think about, gosh, what if she hadn't made those changes and she had just left this earth having suffered and having endured and staying at a job that she didn't like and staying in a relationship that wasn't healthy and never going after what she truly wanted and making the changes and impact on the world that she truly desired. And now, of course, thinking about myself and thinking about people I work with, we don't know when our time is up. And so really it's, how are you living this day as if it was your last day? How are you living this day so that you're living your legacy now? Hi, Britta. So nice to see you. So for Terry Lynn and for Britta, perfect examples. Terry Lynn is an artist and a storyteller. She's living her legend now. Britta is impacting people by being a powerful fire chief and public servant and making change and helping people in her community. That's who she's associated with. People know her for that. And that is something to think about for all of us, is every single day, are we living our legacy? And if not, go back to the beginning. Okay, so what's the story I'm telling? I am powerful enough to change that, and then start speaking the truth into you so that you are living your legend every single day. So, to recap, what's the story you're telling that's not serving you? What need is it fulfilling, and how can you get that need met in other ways that actually support you? Hi, Dane. Then speak the truth and find evidence of truth so that you see all these powerful examples of people who have done what you are desiring to do or have overcome significant challenges, and make that your new reality and believe more in the possibility of what you're creating than in no matter what all the experts quote unquote say or your family says or the naysayers. You have to believe more in yourself and what you're doing than anything around you. It's 100% necessary in order to make changes. And then the third part, make sure you are creating your legacy every single day. That if you don't want your legacy to be, that you struggled and suffered and that you're always broke and that you're always tired and you're always addicted to your phone, then change that story now and change your current situation so that your legacy is a person who is present and making changes and going after big goals that are scary. And even if they don't turn out, you went after it and you learned something from it and it positions you for the next big thing. So if you are struggling with your business and consistent clients and just tired and frustrated with not having the income and the impact and the influence you desire, or if you're struggling or not struggling, if you're just wrestling with something that you've been wanting to change in your life, I encourage you to reach out to me so that we can change that story, really get you to the point where every single day you're living your legend and you're creating that legend every single day. Awesome. So if you have any questions, let me know. And go out and live your legend today in some way. So change that story and speak the truth in every area of your life. And I'm here for you when you are ready to get the support you need and require, because we all need support. Especially when we're making changes and stepping into uncertainty, and especially when we're rewriting all the old programming. It's so powerful to have support as you do that work. So I'm here for you. Reach out, grab a call. I have a link so that you can do that. And I'd love to see that happen for you now that your legend is being transformed as we speak. All right, talk to you soon.